Yo. Oh, oh, that was some shit to watch.
Whose biblical knowledge and reliance on faith brings holiness into a conversation about black as tar evil.
We are still
Skip to this
into it. Absolutely. I'm always nervous when a horror sequel gets announced, or any sequel, because the idea of redundancy comes
though. Is this success of the first one
so brilliant in the way that they said Black Phone 2 gets the perfect midpoint of
fans instead of manipulates their dedication to fandoms.
You of all people know that dead is just a word.
Hello everybody, so that was our review.
Where did it go from there? How did it rise?
Oh, that's the other. I'll go back to that one later. Oh, Marvel Zombies and Zombies. Okay. This show wasn't bad. The fight scenes were cool. If they made a movie of this, it'd be dope.
Wow, the Marvel animation Moonblades shocked zombies with Thor in his
Horde mode. I mean, it's a cool idea, to be honest. I mean, might as well. I don't know if I'll be downloading it.
Long
right
ago, each ruled by a corrupted lord. Awaken the power within.
Much like the thought of becoming an actual vampire, you are required to maintain the masquerade while at street level, meaning no using your powers or feeding in front of normies, which is appropriate. You can't have a Vampire the Masquerade game without, well, the masquerade. But I did find it was a bit too easy to shake off any suspicion if I messed up. The key component of Vampire the Masquerade lore that is almost completely missing, outside of one cutscene that happens no matter what you do, is the Beast.
That's not my voice. Not my mouth it's coming out of either.
The dark and ravenous voice inside each vampire that drives them to do terrible things and can provoke an uncontrollable state called frenzy.
Oh, this is wait, single player. Okay, I thought this was an online game.
The Vampire the Masquerade universe, that its absence is an almost
Some, like,
fatal
Dishonored
flaw.
shit.
It's the one choice that consistently made me feel like I was playing a generic vampire game, not a Vampire the Masquerade game. At least the combat is challenging, pulse-pounding, and overall pretty decent. Can get a little disorienting, and I really wish there was more of a hard lock-on ability, given it's all in third person and both you and your opponents are constantly zipping around at high speeds. But there are some exciting nuances to master, like the various kicks, parries, and telekinetic grabs. At least for a melee build, it could be really exhilarating once I got the hang of it. Is exactly the same as it will be in the final boss. I get that Fire is an elder and a living weapon herself. She can... There's also the fact that you play maybe about a third of the story through the eyes of the Malkavian film noir detective.
Sargassus occurred to you.
Your dreams were still the dreams of worms, yet with those little worm brains, you set about creating. This time, your reckless and violent ways could actually be useful.
New gods have started to emerge from the arc patterns left behind by the world that was.
Cool.
There are still powers at play here, beyond even the monad's ability to control. Perhaps these patterns can still be realigned. Perhaps not.
Hunt down these false gods. Break them.
For the death of the
Keep your head down.
Blackwood. This is not how I expected the game. What the fuck? It's Max Payne? Oh, it's John Wick, Max Payne. Alright. Oh no.
Too much heat. Gotta get in my car.
I don't know. I mean, it's alpha. It's only alpha footage, so I mean, it's gonna look better eventually, right?
It's time to fight more of these losers. Need to get in my car.
I mean, it don't look bad though. Playing as a tower the whole time. Interesting. I mean, I like the art style, but playing as a tower. Art style is cool.
Look out below! Team Meat's sadistic meat mascot is both immediately functional and slick map to be. We did discover hidden collectible band.
Oh no, I already got that. Wait, this has a movie too? Wait, this has a movie too? The fuck? Wait. Alright, hold on, wait. Is it sequel part of the... That's... Oh. Shit. Oh, okay. But why don't I put this Black Lagoon clip on here? I already watched it. What the? No gameplay. The fuck was that? Wait, hold on, wait, is this a movie? Oh, never mind.
What's up, everybody? Damon here, and in today's gaming news, we have to talk about Pikachu's poop. And Sony is moving forward with its Horizon Zero Dawn film while continuing to battle Tencent's Horizon ripoff game. This is your daily fix.
Oh, this is Pokemon. Nope. what the? Card game. Alright, I'm cool.
You demon. Hey, are you hiding this rooster?
Anyways, I should have heard the alarm.
You telling me?
You should have called.
Tubi movies. Oh,
Take those home with you. Save them.
Got it.
Yeah, you got it, baby. But so do I.
bro, what the?
So sweet.
You won't find another like that.
Bro, what the
It gets
fuck?
What makes a great character?
Alright, well, let me do that. Old dog shit. Hold on, go back over here, finish this.
The other way around. So Tekken's popularity flourished, not only in smaller arcades, but later at home, quickly becoming the first ever PlayStation game to sell over 1 million units. PlayStation now had their very own exclusive 3D
crazy.
fighting game franchise. But where did it go from there?
Hold up, did you, I have to admit, Telltale did amazing work on the final season. Yo, I agree. And have you noticed, like, bro, them episodes are long as fuck, and like I think it's a good thing because it makes up for it not having a fifth episode, even though it originally wasn't it supposed to have a fifth episode.
How did it rise to true fame? Just like you can help Blue Horizon, that's me, rise to true fame by subscribing to the channel and hitting that little bell notification. I love doing that.
Well, hold on,
Well,
wait. Didn't
the
I watch this
success
part
of the
already?
first game for Street Fighter, and in doing so
Oh
observed
shit, hold on, never mind. Oh, I'm on the right button.
Tekken 2 launched in arcades only a year later in 1995, and this one was an even greater success for a few reasons. The graphical improvement in this game was noticeable while still remaining on the same hardware. The character roster also grew from 17 to a very meaty 25 playable fighters, each retaining the trend of having their own CG cutscenes. Every character also had their own distinct fighting style now, with more unique moves, attack reversals, an overhauled throw system, and even the introduction of stances, unlocking different movesets with Jackie Chan-inspired newcomer Lei Wulong. Once it came to consoles a year after, it even had a large amount of modes on offer that enhanced the package, introducing staples like Time Attack, Team Battle, Survival Mode, and the coveted Holy Grail beginning to plant the seed of its promising competitive scene someday, Training Mode. This was the game where Tekken really started on its way to becoming a household name, almost standing atop the shoulders of its competitors,
3 is
which I'll
when
get
that
to in a
shit
little
blew
bit.
up,
It
right.
sold about twice as much as the original Tekken.
What the fuck?
Ishii
What is that
unfortunately left
clip with
Namco
Harada?
announcer. But back to Namco. Mr. Ishii's vacant Tekken director seat was handed off to a very charismatic man, who by now we've all heard of, named Katsuhiro Harada, whose influence within the team had been growing since its time working on the first Tekken game. I think it's worth talking about his background for just a moment because it partly explains why the upcoming Tekken 3 was able to be as successful as it was, even compared to 2. In the early 90s, Harada worked for Namco's arcade as a promoter. He had a university degree in psychology, which he'd use to great effect with the customers. He'd plan events and tournaments for Street Fighter, and in doing so observed the players. From simply moving arcade cabinets for accessibility and performance, to finding any correlation with beverages and playtime. Having had 2 successful months in a row breaking sales records in Namco's arcade, he was given an award of commendation by the president of Namco at the time, and used that platform to request he be moved into game development sometime in the future. In an interview with Edge in 2013, he said, "I spent an entire year chatting to customers, finding out exactly what they liked or disliked about certain titles. I began to think that I could probably make a more successful title than many of the game creators working at that time. I knew what people wanted from their games, and the sort of things that put them off playing. So it worked shortly after, being moved over to the newly formed Tekken project. He was something of a game balancer in Tekken 1, and focused a little more on system design by Tekken 2. but now his first major opportunity to be in a leadership position changed the course of Tekken history for good. While Tekken 2 was a fantastic financial result and introduced many of the series' staple characters, Tekken 3 cranked it up to 11, or should I say 12, now running on Namco's System 12 arcade board, which was a slight upgrade from their previous System 11 titles. The focus of this game was truly on the third dimension, not just visually, but making it a true centerpiece of the gameplay experience. You could sidestep incoming attacks in either direction and retaliate to give players more options than simply blocking. It was faster than its prequels and felt more fluid. There were juggling combos you could consistently perform. Everybody had some sort of reversal in their toolkit. Stances were added to more characters. Chain grabs and the grab system were further expanded upon. Text became faster, the flow was faster, and you could see that at the high competitive level too, now that Tekken was beginning to attract hardcore tournament players. Higher polygon counts allowed for more immersive, expressive characters. You can see this in the main menu with the slick in-game motion capture animations playing before your eyes. The game took place 20 years after the events of Tekken 2. Much of the roster was wiped for newcomers, and their designs were frankly just awesome, so the replacement worked. Unlike Street Fighter 3 at the time, which tried something similar. Players quickly became attached to the newcomers, thanks in part to their creativity for the brand new fighters, and familiar feeling movesets of the characters who were children or disciples of previous characters. It's still arguably the most successful fighting game roster reboot of all time, as Tekken fans to this day can't imagine the franchise being the same without characters like Jin, Brian, Eddie, Zhao Yu, Julia, or Huarang. To top it all off, if you didn't enjoy the Versus fighting mode, there were still other options for you to enjoy. Besides the game modes that Tekken 2 had introduced, Tekken Force was the brand new spin-off darling. A 3D beat-em-up style mode with simplified inputs where you get to choose anybody of your choice to go up against legions of bad guys. Tekken Ball was also new, allowing you to play a form of back-and-forth volleyball using your character's move list. Everybody who owned a PS1 practically owned this game. It became a cultural touchstone for many.
Me and Ben used to just like literally spend all night playing like Tekken Fighter games or Street Fighter.
And sold almost twice as much as Tekken 2, at roughly 8 million copies worldwide. It solidified the series for many sequels to come, and overtook Virtua Fighter financially for the first time in history. But success on this scale breeds competition. Tekken was challenging Virtua Fighter, but who else was vying for the top spot? Who were its competitors, and where are they now? With the 3D craze in full swing during the mid to late 90s, every other company wanted a piece of the pie. There were so many other popular 3D fighting games in this golden era. Zero Divide, Star Gladiators, Last Bronx, Fighting Vipers, Rival Schools, Toy Fighter, Bloody Roar, Ergates.
Okay, that's a lot.
Ergates, whatever the fuck. Tobal, Fighter's Destiny, Bushido Blade, Battle Arena Toshinden. He's right. The list just went on and on. Nobody in this time knew what was going to stay and what would be lost to time. Every company was begging to stick out with unique, inventive mechanics that continuously pushed the genre forward. The most notable heavy hitters in the genre around this time outside of Tekken were weapons-based Soul Edge, Action Boobies blockbuster Dead or Alive,
Soul Edge, man.
and the previously mentioned Virtua Fighter. Let's talk about them in more depth, because they're the ones who came closest to having Tekken's staying power. And I think their stories are just as fascinating. This is going to be a long one, a doozy, because I'm going over like 3 franchises, but put your thinking caps on. I promise these are worth hearing. Soul Edge, or Soul Blade in the US, was another Namco-developed 3D fighting game, this time focusing on weapon combat, and also being one of the first to motion capture it alongside Sega's Last Bronx. It was clean and graceful and looked gorgeous in motion. The series had what was called the iconic 8-way run, allowing you to run quickly in any direction, even diagonally, to give it a sense of speed and elegance. Attacks were simple to understand and intuitive like Tekken, with 4 buttons, one for horizontal slashes, vertical slashes, and kicks, with the 4th button reserved for blocking. It also shared ringouts with Virtua Fighter, a feature that Tekken chose not to implement to help set it apart. Soul Edge later transformed into the Soul Calibur we all know it by today, and spawned many sequels featuring the same defining features. To many, it's considered the greatest weapons-based 3D fighting game franchise of all time. Soul Calibur 2 is still proclaimed as the pinnacle of the series, featuring famous guest characters like Link, Heihachi, or Spawn, depending on which of the 3 consoles you bought it for.
Oh yeah,
the gameplay
Spawn
was
in this
extremely
fucking
fast
game.
and very conducive to pick up and play sessions at friends' houses, without much in the way of system gimmicks. It's seriously a beautiful fighting game, but bad business and development decisions piled on after. Namco decided Soul Calibur 3 was suddenly a PS2 exclusive, shoving aside GameCube and Xbox owners who were eagerly awaiting the next sequel. It completely squandered momentum. Later, Soul Calibur 5 was a return to form for gameplay, making it faster than Soul Calibur 4, which had been panned for the slowest gameplay in series history.
Fucking
But
Yoda, I
Namco
heard he was
unfortunately
cheap as
rushed it out the
fuck.
door, so it had very little
I never got to
single-player
play him
content
because
and
he
a
was
poorly
only on the
received roster
Xbox
reboot.
version.
It was doing the Tekken 3 thing of jumping into the future and attempting to replace fan favorites with new characters, but people just didn't care about these ones. They felt Fisher-Price,
We got Darth
great
Vader
value,
and Apprentice
undercooked
instead,
and
so
unnecessary, especially after they'd
prefer
now
that.
known the old guard for over 4 sequels. This is the unfortunate downside to sharing a development company with Tekken. You inevitably feel the need to copy its successes in some way,
AKA
but you are
Starkiller.
forever not the golden goose. You're always handed less money, less resources, and less advertising. Yes, there was a time where Soul Calibur was honestly thought of as the franchise that would win out over Tekken at Namco, but since Soul Calibur 5, that has certainly not been the case in the eyes of corporate. Soul Calibur is rather unique in that it didn't have a publicized, strong central figure who acted as its pillar, like Harada. It's a very group effort franchise, with most of the credits often just pointing to Namco or Project Soul, which sort of contributes to its aimlessness at times, and is probably why sequels almost have to be petitioned for. Their most recent attempt was with Motohiro Okubo, who moved away from producing Tekken 7 to produce Soul Calibur 6, and aimed to reignite that spark from the early days.
Do your souls still burn?
He successfully pitched the game to Namco higher-ups, receiving a modest budget, and got Project Soul back together, who had disbanded after Soul Calibur 5, and they reused lots of its assets too. For the most part, the game succeeded. In gameplay, it was
Shit,
fast
man,
and
we wanna play
aggressive,
some
yet graceful
fucking
again like
Soul
Soul
Cal.
Calibur 2, though many complained about the new reversal edge mechanic because it felt like a
Okay.
canned rock-paper-scissors cutscene that broke the flow of the game. The player base was doing decent, and momentum was consistent as new DLC characters were revealed, always bringing back fan favorites and including
Let's make
more
Soul
cool
Cal
gaming
7,
cameos
bro.
in Geralt,
Okay.
2B, and Haomaru. It had an entire 2 seasons of DLC content.
I never
until
played Samurai Showdown either.
COVID. With still mediocre netcode in this era, with any and all tournaments shut down, and no allocated budget to fix the online infrastructure, it was the nail in the coffin. The final DLC released in December of 2020, and Okubo left Namco after 25 years, in August of 2021, solidifying people's worries that the series was once again in limbo. Project Soul was disbanded for the second time, and not a word has been said since, except for Harada's surprisingly in-depth explanation on Twitter about why he believes internally at Namco, Soul Calibur slowly withered away and lies dormant. It's a fascinating, extremely wordy read from a
I think
high-position
it's
company
bullshit.
insider, so I do
I
recommend
don't
it.
see
But
why-
unfortunately, for now, the
I
flame
mean, don't
died
get
out
me
with
wrong.
Soul
Tekken
Calibur.
8 gave it. I mean, Tekken 7 was a big spike in Tekken's popularity also, and 8. Even though people talk shit about 8, it did spike its popularity up. Like, it got Mortal Kombat people to play it.
The other major competitor, Dead or Alive, was a last-ditch effort from struggling developer Tecmo, literally meaning what it says in the title for the fate of the company. Either this game sells and we're alive, or it fails and we're dead. DOA was a 3D fighting game franchise that has a lot more in common with Virtua Fighter's presentation style when you watch it in action. It was actually designed specifically to compete with Virtua Fighter, much like Tekken, except it focused on speed and a parry system known as the 3-way or 4-way hold, allowing you to read whether someone's going to hit with a high, mid, or low, and parry accordingly. The buttons changed around a bit over time, but it's generally played with 4 of them: punch, kick, throw, and hold/guard. Originally, there wasn't even a guard button. You had to hold back on the stick like a traditional fighter, but this wouldn't save you for long, so players were incentivized to learn their opponent's rhythm like a real martial artist and parry their incoming attacks. It had an immediately iconic set of characters off the rip, borrowing from Ninja Gaiden's established lore and including characters from that Tecmo franchise, alongside expertly crafted DOA original characters. It really stood on its own as a heavyweight thanks to another pillar of its design: the environmental hazards that added to the over-the-top movie set feel of each fight. No ringouts, only explosions. When it moved on to its sequels, DOA 2 and 3, it pushed the limits of visuals at the time, looking absolutely jaw-dropping at 60 frames a second. People credit Dead or Alive as popularizing stage transitions, where you're able to fling somebody through the window of a 20-story building, see them crash through neon lights on the way down, and continue your fight on the ground level below. It was completely unheard of at the time, and people loved how dynamic it made each fight feel. They also loved
And then
girls,
Injustice borrowed
having been
that
designed
shit.
very
Or really, it was
seductively.
DC versus
On
MK.
purpose. Series
that did
creator
that
Tomonobu
shit.
Itagaki always had his own philosophy for the
Or
franchise,
took
which
that
focused on
idea.
being less reserved than its polite, traditional counterparts. Speaking in an interview with G4, he said,
Well, I think entertainment needs sexuality and violence. So if
R.I.P.
entertainment lacks sexual elements, then it's entertainment no more.
This dude is so based. This could be found in the very first game, which featured the first ever example of genuine soft engine booby physics. In fact, famously, Tecmo later put out their own spin-off series called Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball, which you can tell where this is going.
I feel like this game was made as like a big fuck you to the people that were
Itagaki wanted to
complaining.
appeal to fans at the time who were asking him for a volleyball minigame, much like Tekken's Tekken Ball, but with a much more erotic vibe, putting its physics system to the forefront. He agreed to develop the idea, having been inspired by the aesthetics of Final Fantasy X2, and this evolved to the point where it was too big an addition to include inside the main series, and so fans got a standalone game featuring multiple mini-games involving their favorite female characters,
played it,
now
though.
bikini-clad. It was the truest incarnation of
I think I
fan
watched
service.
DSP play it one
I'm
time.
creating entertainment rather than just a video game. So in terms of entertainment, it's quite natural for me to create beautiful women. It makes sense rather than bringing ugly women into the game. It's very simple.
It's very simple.
Itagaki, for all of his amazing rockstar aura, unfortunately left Tecmo in 2008, citing contentions and lawsuits against its higher-ups. This meant the franchise lost its creator and central pillar. Yohei Shimbori stepped in from then on as director for a few spin-offs, and actually worked alongside Sega's AM2 division of Virtua Fighter fame to develop DOA 5. He did good with the franchise for a while, bringing DOA 5 into a great place by the release of Last Round, successfully filling in Itagaki's shoes and even doubling down on the sexual element as time went on and technology improved with Dead or Alive Extreme 3. But in amassing sales through sexually explicit content, including an empire of cash through the PC gacha game Venus Vacation, the series could not shake off its old brand. Tecmo, before the release of Extreme 3 in 2016, made the abrupt decision to cancel the Western releases, Asia only. According to Shimbori, this was because some media outlets were saying negative things about the franchise's objectification elements in the past. This outraged fans, but it only continued going into DOA 6. Tecmo and Shimbori decided that for the next mainline fighting game, it should suddenly pivot to being more about esports, an attempt to move away from the controversial erotic elements that made it so successful to begin with. You could see this already before the game was released in the shocking redesigns of series staple characters Kasumi and Ayane, now donning skin-tight tactical ninja gear wrapped around their entire body, devoid of color to give it that more serious, gritty tone. Clothing, wear, and tear mechanics similar to Soul Calibur were also scrapped for the same reasons. This piling news once again struck a very wrong chord with fans. And the weird part was that the marketing drastically contradicted itself. This is where the infamous core values moment happened at EVO 2019, where the goal was to just showcase this new hyper-competitive, clean esports title, right? But
とても真面目なプロデューサー、バイマンシンボリです。
全然が真面目だったらポンって揺れたここですよこれがね本当にこれがリアルな揺れなんですけど本当の揺れあるかないかで全然違うよね。ねもうちょっと真正面
This is the marketing?
でも真面目ですよ。
Bro.
yeah, not exactly selling you that message, huh? The franchise was clearly having a self-imposed identity crisis, and the rest of the game on release wasn't exactly amazing enough to make up for it. The product didn't feel complete. Its DLC was ridiculously expensive, the content was bare bones, the progression sucked, and overall it just lacked polish. The game's sales reflected this. It truly was DOA, dead on arrival, not even supported longer than 1 year, and unfortunately, with no good netcode, it couldn't see a COVID revival either. Shimbori left Team Ninja in 2023 to go be assistant director on Tekken 8. Huh, go figure. Though I will say, he says he wasn't involved with the gameplay, so put down your pitchforks, sit the hell down.
Sit the head down.
But anyways, on a more serious note, into cryostasis this legendary franchise goes too. But the only DOA game to come out since
I'm probably
2019
gonna play some
being
Tekken
Venus
8
Vacation
for a little
Prism
bit
dating
after
sim,
this
concluding
part
that the
and
only part
finish
alive
this
about this franchise right now
playthrough.
is, ironically, its sexy spin-offs.
Photo mode. What is the first game with the photo mode? I don't even remember. Might play some Tekken. I'm gonna be on here.
Armor King. Jack 8. Get ready for the next battle.
Keep on forgetting there's like a background stage.
Get ready for the next battle. Round 1. Fight.
Here. Okay. Oh, nice one. Okay, that was nice. Can't even hate on that. What the fuck?
Round 2.
But yeah, that's the fate of every 3D fighter. I'm still gonna finish the video. I wanna finish it. Cause I'm not gonna lie, there's information on that video that I didn't even know of. Dang, bro, this dude knows his shit. I need to get like that. Fuck. Oh shit.
Round 3. Fight.
No. Dang.
Round 4. Fight.
No, alright, he got me on that one. He's not winning this round though.
Final round. Fight.
Dang, okay. Ah. Okay, I knew.
Round 2. Fight. Round 3. Fight. Round 4. Fight.
Okay, alright.
Final round. Fight.
Oh, you fucker! Oh, you mother! Oh, shit! Alright. He knew I was gonna do that shit. Yep. Alright. Alright. Oh, you ducked it! You ducked it! You fucking ducked it! Alright, I'm fucked. You...
Get ready for the next battle. Get ready for the next battle.
I didn't even realize it was a mirror match.
Round 1. Fight.
know how to do that now.
Round 4. Fight.
Oh, bro, turn around, bro. What the fuck? Yeah, alright. I tried to do that again. I don't know why. I don't think none of us used our heat this whole time. Could be wrong though. Dang.
Round 1. Fight.
No, no. Hold on, I should have did my. No. All right.
Get ready for the next battle. Get ready for the next battle. Round one. Fight.
Wait, this is the same. We're the only person. All right, for sure. I'm gonna use Steve as it is.
Round two. Fight. Round three. Fight.
It always ends up doing that move. Man, I gotta learn how to do that. Dang, I spam the fuck out of that grab. All right, let me chill out with that.
Fight.
Wow.
Final round. Fight.
Well, might get a demotion match if I keep fighting this dude. Shit, you just showing me moves I don't even know.
Fight. Get ready for the next battle.
Just gonna play a quick match with Steve real quick. Why do I have a Christmas album? I mean, I guess that worked.
Get ready for the next battle. Get ready for the next battle.
I'll show you just how scary boxing can be.
Round one.
Oh, all right.
Fight.
Oh, nice.
show you just how scary boxing can be.
Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight. Round three. Fight. You win.
Boxing is awesome!
All right.
I'll show you.
Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight. Round three.
Come on.
Fight. You win.
Boxing is awesome!
All right.
Get ready for the next battle. Get ready for the next battle.
I'll show you just how scary boxing can be.
Round one. Fight.
You got Armor King looking like Yoshimitsu. Yoshimitsu ass fit. Oh, why did I let him do that? Okay.
Round two. Fight.
All right, no round round.
I'll show you just how scary boxing can be.
Round one. Fight.
They were saying the most highly rated DLC characters for Tekken 8 is Lei Wulong and Miguel, or one of the two. There's a whole list of them, but like Miguel and Lei were on the list, so that'd be dope. Hopefully Miguel. Shit. I mean, really, it doesn't mean anything, but hopefully they come back.
Round three. Fight.
Oh, man. Dang.
Get ready for the next battle.
Probably gonna take a break real quick. I'll be right back. And I'll probably watch more of that video when I get back. Shit. Chill. Be right back.
Table, not again.
Now, lastly, Virtua Fighter had an interesting story akin to the tortoise and the hare against Tekken. As I mentioned before, it was bleeding edge and expensive. Crowds were wowed by the gimmick of 3D polygon animated fights. But ironically, for all its glitz and glamour early on, once the graphics gimmick wore off and its sole selling point was realism, its competitors seemed much more shiny to the average kid. Tekken and DOA were slowly perfecting what Virtua Fighter had pioneered, often copying and putting their own spin on whatever Virtua Fighter would do first, because that's why their franchises existed to begin with. Sidestep mechanics? We'll do that too. Undulating, uneven stages? We'll do that too. A bound system to extend combos? We'll do that too. Your characters? They're mine now. Fuck it. Okay, sometimes Tekken or DOA had these designs first, but you get the point. They share a ton of DNA. Take everything Sega did and make it more of a visual spectacle. That was Tecmo, and especially Namco's modus operandi. I don't want to discredit them, as tons of original ideas have been bounced between arcade companies through the decades both ways. But Namco in the 90s is quite funny to look at how often they swooped in with their own more commercialized version of a successful Sega machine only a year later. Examples include Head-On, then Pac-Man, Turbo, then Pole Position, Space Harrier, then Burning Force, Virtua Racing, then Ridge Racer,
VF4
Wave Runner,
original
then
was the
Aqua Jet,
best.
Virtua Cop, then Time Crisis, and of course Virtua Fighter, then
Virtua
Tekken.
Fighter
It was a
4.
relentless chase. Sega did still dominate
Alright.
much of the Japanese domestic arcade scene.
Let me
but
look
both
up
Namco
which
and
I
Tecmo
can
focused their
get
sights to the
on,
west and
Steam.
globalization, which paid off in the long run. This is more of a personal opinion here, but I think there's something to be said about the difficulty of Virtua Fighter.
I can only get
versus other
Virtua Fighter
offerings.
5
The game was hard,
on
which
Steam.
is amazing to
That
say for a
sucks.
fighter that's played with 3 buttons, only 2 of which actually attack. Inputs like teching were tighter,
Is
movement
5
was
good?
stiffer unless you knew what you were
Virtua
doing.
Fighter
You had to wag the stick immediately to avoid getting comboed off a stun,
Revo,
and there was just
whatever.
generally a higher skill floor you had to get to start having engaging fights that also looked cool. Button mashing in Virtua Fighter kind of just involved dudes getting a few punches and kicks out. But in other games, you'd have strings and cooler animations that flowed into each other
LTG.
better. The competition was generally becoming more approachable to casuals. Sega kept certain crucial inputs difficult seemingly on purpose. They were taking the SNK route of remaining the legacy fighter for true arcade heads who love tough inputs and difficult gameplay. Respectable, but doesn't translate to money. Another reason for its decline could be attributed to its lack of a real story. When series creator Yu Suzuki attempted to make a Virtua Fighter RPG featuring characters from the game, it instead evolved into Shenmue with an original cast. Sega's done other mediocre spin-offs aimed at children, and even an anime and manga adaptation of the game, but the mainline fighting games themselves never had an epic story, or character interactions, or CG cutscenes. To most people, they were just martial arts practitioners
Let
who
me
were
guess,
plopped into an arena and fought.
PS3
I discovered
title.
later the reason that the wiki has so much information on these
Another
characters is
game
because they
stuck on
tell
the
the
PS3
story through the
probably.
fucking game manuals. The manuals! The series also stayed on Sega's dying flop consoles early on, like the Saturn and Dreamcast, until awkwardly signing for PlayStation 2 exclusivity with Virtua Fighter 4, instead of attempting to spread its influence over to Xbox or GameCube in the wake of Sega's failed console business. I'm discovering a trend researching all of these games, so there's a history of taking the Sony money with a lot of these franchises. Tekken on PlayStation was already an established king by then, so Virtua Fighter moves in, and a lot of the younger PS2 console generation don't even know what it is. Yes, Tekken 4 kind of sucked sales-wise, which might have helped Virtua Fighter's odds a
That
little
doesn't mean
bit,
the game
but it
sucked,
had little
though.
staying power once Tekken 5 rolled around.
I don't
Suzuki
give
was
a
not
fuck.
involved
Tekken
with Virtua
4
Fighter
did
5
not
for the
suck.
first time in series history. And though it's a good game, it just didn't sell well enough in 2006 for Sega to see a need to continue the franchise in any meaningful mainline way, besides revisions to VF5. Suzuki officially left Sega in 2012 to venture off on his own, and we haven't seen anything new out of this franchise in almost 20 years. Only a few mobile games and the more recent VF5 remakes. They lost one of their most creative figureheads and were paying for their inability to financially capitalize on their ideas like their competitors. Sega was in dire straits as a company. When you saw Sega on the cover of a game from the 7th or 8th gen console era, that was not a guaranteed stamp of quality like it used to be. Make no mistake, this franchise was dead since its last revision of Virtua Fighter 5 in 2012. So what changed between then and now? Why might Tekken finally be properly contested by Virtua Fighter once again in the near future? Well, let's take a look at what happened to Sega in the last 10 years. The Ryuga Gotoku division, or RGG, continuously hard-carried their finances with the Yakuza series, especially with the release of Yakuza 0 in 2015, acting as a perfect new entryway into the franchise. Sega also won a bid to acquire the bankrupted Atlas in 2013, and Persona 5 then sold like hotcakes in 2017. The
Yep.
Sonic the Hedgehog movie turned out amazingly successful in 2020,
Okay, so
spawning out
that's
2 more lucrative sequels. Sega realized with this
So
new influx
Sega's
of money
back.
from
That's
successful
why
ventures that they were
Sega
once
is
again in
going
a
hard
position
right
to
now.
bring back their golden age franchises for a modern, global audience. Similar to what Capcom started doing around the release of Resident Evil 7 or Monster Hunter World in the late 2010s. The re-release of VF5, now remade by RGG, tested the waters on whether there was still a market for a
G4 was
sequel.
more unique.
Sega negotiated
and
with
took
Sony
a
to release
risk.
the game free for a limited time
Yeah,
on the
I
PS4 with
agree.
PlayStation Plus.
Especially
And the
with like the
results, after nearly
stages,
10
like
million downloads, there is.
it had some
At the
questionable
Game Awards
stages,
just
obviously,
last year, we
but
finally got a teaser. Guys, it's
they didn't
truly
give a
happening.
fuck about
We're getting the first ever original Virtua Fighter entry in 2 decades.
pro play.
The
They cared
grandfather
about
of the genre, the
uniqueness.
pioneer, is back. Information is still fairly scarce on the project, but I'll sum up the things they plan to do differently this time that really have me excited. Firstly, it now runs on Dragon Engine, RGG's beautiful in-house engine used on their Yakuza titles that they clearly have plenty of experience developing for.
Editing Blue here, it said on the wiki it runs on Dragon Engine, but there was recently a tweet from the producer saying it's on Unreal, so oopsies. I still trust the process though.
They want to modernize the functionality of the game, how it actually plays, and the approachability of it from a newcomer's perspective. Producer Riichiro Yamada didn't elaborate too much, but admits the franchise generally got more complicated over time. They're currently experimenting with functional changes while retaining the original core appeal of the game, because without these changes, he feels it wouldn't sell. They're also not distracting themselves on an arcade release, seemingly at all, since that hasn't even been mentioned. The focus is clearly on RGG are redesigning the characters from the ground up to be cooler for a modern audience. Virtua Fighters always had rather simple designs, especially in the earlier games, which some love and others find a little boring. You can already see RGG's influence with Akira's ragged nomad clothing, featuring a cool brimmed hat that shadows his eyes, and Wolf's reveal showing off a wrestler who's gone from face to heel and grown a badass beard while he's at it. He's kind of giving me Ryuji vibes, right? So far, the old guard have a tougher, seasoned, more rugged look to them, while the newcomers like the Stella Girl keep a bright, innocent appearance about them, which I think is a nice dichotomy that'll aid in the memorability and distinction between the generations. A funny anecdote in an interview with Yamada is that they don't actually
That'd be
want to
cool.
replace Akira with a new poster
This game
child
should
either,
be good,
because they
hopefully.
realized how tough it is to keep fans satisfied when you swap out the main character they've grown up with for so many years. In the Yakuza series, the pivot to Ichiban as a protagonist
That's what
instead of
made it
Kiryu
amazing
didn't go
despite
over
how
so well
many
with
thought.
everyone. So that's why Kiryu has a stronger role in Yakuza
Yeah.
8, and why Akira is going to continue to be Virtua Fighter's poster child instead of someone new. They're also, crucially, adding a story, front and center, to finally give us a real cinematic window into these characters' motivations. This is RGG we're talking about, the people responsible for our favorite Japanese soap operas. We don't know the details, but people theorize this may be a Tekken 3 soft reboot situation, where there are the old school and also new school fighters who carry on the legacy decades after the previous entry. This has always been a tricky thing to do for fighting games, as we saw with Soul Calibur 5, and it usually flops. But with the combo of cool character redesigns, keeping the OG main character front and center, and a focus on cinematic storytelling, my blue spiritual particles are buzzing with instincts to believe in this one. I'm not even going to talk about how amazing the combat looks in the previews we've been given. All I will say is that the spectacle is absolutely a prime consideration. Sega's current president, Shuji Utsumi, has the motto right now of go big, and so the Virtua Fighter team is doing just that, never settling for something okay, but instead something incredible. And Harada himself is chomping at the bit for serious 3D fighter competition again, from the very company that roused Tekken to exist in the first
Honestly,
place.
competition
Neither
for
Harada nor
Tekken
Yamada want this rivalry
will
between
make
their two
Tekken
franchises
better.
to be a game
So
of
this is a
binary
good
win
thing.
or lose. They both understand that each game will have differences that appeal to different audiences. That's the beauty of the complex genre that is 3D fighters. They want a fight that continues to flow, blow for blow, both sides giving it all they've got, into perpetuity. Virtua Fighter was knocked out for some time, and Tekken's been standing alone on its peak, holding down
That's
the fort.
only if they're not stupid.
As many of
with
us
it.
know, even Tekken 7 was supposed to be that franchise's last hurrah in 2017 as well. We wouldn't have had any clear king or engaging new 3D fighters left on the market, but the success of its competitive scene, the hype visual elements for spectators, the social media buzz surrounding its unexpected crossover characters, and frankly how much Street Fighter V sucked at the time, meant that this game
You're
blew
telling me
up,
Tekken
and
7
Harada
could have
was
been the
told by
last
head of
Tekken?
Namco that Tekken has
That's
secured many
crazy.
sequels off this game alone. So, I hope from this video that you've gained some heightened knowledge of where all these companies stand and why the genre is as sparse as it is. 3D fighting games are my favorite kind of fighting game, but they are hard to develop. They're highly technical, highly expensive, and these days you're always being compared to the other guy in the market. Tekken's success
That
was
would
not
have
merely
sucked
a
if that
fluke.
was the case.
They didn't just get lucky for 30 years straight. Harada and Namco have made very wise business decisions over decades to poise the franchise where it is today. Tekken, in spite of a stagnant 3D fighter industry devoid of adversaries, somehow thought up ideas from a vacuum and still continued to push the genre forward, with the introduction of the heat system, which I personally think is a great mechanic that just... it needs a lot of tuning. Tekken 8's gotten a lot of flack over its overhauling of the fundamentals. It's currently going through its love-hate phase from the fans as it tries to balance itself out across seasons and slowly tone down the aggression. But this loss of faith in the direction of the franchise from some would be prime opportunity for someone to swoop in and offer something just as great. And I am so excited to see how this re-emerging legendary rivalry
Wait,
between
there's
the
going to
two
be a story
90s
mode for
arcade
this?
giants of 3D
That should be
fighters
cool.
shakes out. Maybe it even leads to a renaissance later down the line of multiple great new 3D offerings simultaneously, like we've been seeing with 2D fighters as of late. Only time will tell where this path leads in the future, in the wise words of Kazuya Mishima. Thanks to everyone who stuck around this long. I know it was a doozy, I don't normally make videos quite this long, but it grew in complexity as I realized how much I missed these franchises that were seemingly dead. I want them to come back, I really do. So I feel like this is just important history for people to learn because I learned so much about the stuff that I thought I was already a fan of. But what are your thoughts on the state of things? You can leave a comment below or even join the Discord if you want to have a more direct conversation with me and the Ceruleans. Take care, till next time, and honey bunches of Otsu.
Cool. All right. Now, I don't know what the fuck to play now. I don't know if I should play 2XKO, more Tekken 8, or some SoCal. The first story mode for Virtua Fighter? Hey, yo, that'd be nice. So it's coming out next year, huh? Or I could play some RE Revelations too for, huh? I don't know. I'm not sure what the fuck I want to play. Oh shit, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I have Saints Row 3 downloaded. Wait, do I? Dang, I do. That's interesting. You know what? Fuck it. Hold on. I'm probably not gonna play this for a minute. I mean, that long. I'm just gonna try this out real quick. Oh no. So there's no lore for Virtual Fighter with DOA creator gone. Shit. Saints Row 3. This is before the last Saints Row game I played. Not like the fucking story goes out of crazy way. And I'm playing as a girl in this game, in this one. So it's not even the same. I mean, you play as a different person every single time, because it's like, yo, what the fuck? Yeah, the direction won't be the same. I mean, it might be good, though. You never know. You never know. Do I have the Russian accent? Please tell me I have the Russian accent. Hold on. Dang it. I didn't give it a Russian accent. That's bullshit.
Ultor sent over a couple pallets of Saints merch. Maybe we should do a little advertising.
Soul Calibur on hold, so again, unless Harada see a need to return Project Soul. I don't understand. Like, they think that Soul Calibur isn't. What the fuck? They don't think Soul Calibur is profitable.
So you're saying it has to be me?
Oh, I'll do the selling. You just get my back, and I have the perfect places to hit.
You're a winner. You're number one. Don't you ever forget it. You look good.
Oh shit. No fast travel in this game, bro. Oh fuck, I forgot. You can get a fucking helicopter. Shit. They ended DOA 6 on season 2. That sucks. I'm not gonna lie, it's just like there's so many games I wish I could have supported back then, but it's like I was a kid. I didn't have any like money to support them and shit. So many games that I liked, I would have I don't know. I felt like would made a difference. I feel like there were so many people that like that, like, and that's why the games we like didn't last. Like Sleeping Dogs 2. We'll never have a Sleeping Dogs 2 because nobody bought it. I mean, I bought it, but not everybody else bought it.
Okay, Pierce, what part of town are we selling in first?
People don't even know what the fuck Sleeping Dogs 2 is
How do you know
anymore.
which codes are theirs?
The documents we got with those keys gave up a whole lot.
Alright, let's go make some Morningstar mad. What sort of stuff are we selling?
Got some basic merchandise.
Saints Row is gone,
shirts and lunch
but
boxes.
they did that to themselves.
Well, there's always my demo tape.
Now we're talking.
Making stupid decisions and shit with the fucking reboot.
Time to get the Saints some love. I know who you are. I was ready for some target practice.
Dang, how the fuck did I end up talking about that? I'm talking about DOA.
Couldn't fight worth shit.
Oh shit, she ain't back.
Got any advice on closing the deal?
Ask nicely and bat your eyelashes.
Itagaki was around DOA 6, could be good. But the company considered it different and considered it said different. DLC outfits over 70 fucking bucks. Are you serious? What the fuck? No outfit is worth 70 bucks. Are you serious?
Watch the road. That has to be embarrassing. He's not broken yet. Can't you steer it all?
Nice.
Save it.
Sure beats dancing.
We gotta work on your presentation.
There we go. DOA Extreme is now in Japan only. Ninja Gaiden since he's a guy rip.
Nice work, Pierce. You're
I
really
think
good at
what
selling
Ninja
stuff.
Gaiden 4 comes out
I
next
think you should
week.
start selling insurance.
I gotta remind myself
or
of
maybe
that.
vacuums.
Go see for yourself. If I'm lying, they put pack bundles and outfits for $70 or more. I believe you, bro. Trust me, I believe you.
Let's pick this up another time. Gotta work on my technique.
Sounds good to me. Illinois Syndicate, more later. Damn, chipped a nail. Should we get the steering checked?
All right, there we go.
If we're gonna get a cash flow
I don't even know what the fuck my character
You
looks
wanna
like.
rob some store?
that'll cause more problems than it's worth. I'm saying we buy one from the Morning Star.
Because they'll jump at the chance to sell to us.
Nope, because we already have the deed.
Come again?
We take the deed from the lockbox and purchase the store in our name instead.
Well, if they can't argue.
You're wonderful.
But yeah, man. We need more 3D fighters. We just need more 3D fighters. We need to support all the ones that come out. We have plenty of 2D. We need more 3D. $70 for digital outfits is crazy, bro. Crazy work.
Going to friendly fire?
Yep. Best thing is, owning it gives us a discount.
I like the sound of that.
Man. Alright, there we go.
Not bad, boss.
I go back to Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Those outfits don't cost that much at all. I like Tekken X Street Fighter. I thought it was a fun game. I honestly did. They need to make it available on Steam, so I'd fucking play that shit again. I'm not gonna lie. Or just available on everything again. Really, so we can have crossplay online. Fuck it. And honestly, hey, they should really do that and like just test out how many people buy it, and then like they can do like a Tekken X Street Fighter.
Do I really?
I don't understand why they don't try that out. Why not?
What the?
They literally brought back
I don't
fucking
mean it like that.
MVC
They're
2.
collectible. It's supposed to try and find them all.
That's a No, I'm not even going there. What's the next deed in the box?
An apartment building.
We already have a new place.
Brick and mortar, baby. Real estate is cheap.
So
Why
people are
not
paying
try it
us
out?
and not the syndicate. Good thinking.
I'm just saying a Tekken X Street Fighter could be bigger than a Tekken Tag 3, honestly. That's just wishful thinking, though.
I've seen Morningstar all over the city doing deals
Not
and
sure
shit.
if it's
Maybe we should
realistic,
stop
but
by.
We wipe them off a corner, they'll think twice about coming back.
That wasn't much of a fight. Oh, I could do that again. You know any other spots?
Yeah, up to the north.
alright.
You ain't lost a step!
Fucking the vehicle, bro. Oh my god. These things are rare. I never usually see these fucking dirt bikes. What the fuck? He revive himself. Get the fuck in the vehicle, dude.
Generation X, 89.0.
Oh my gosh. Alright. No superpowers in this game.
You got a problem.
The fuck in. Oh, bro, it was just right here. What? I didn't even realize that.
Looks like we pissed them off a bit.
I can't understand why.
Head to friendly fire. That should get them to back off.
Why would they be afraid of friendly fire?
Because we own it. So we got boys protecting it.
The fuck
Any place the
in.
Saints own should be able to take the heat off you.
I'll remember that. I guess I'll take this one.
Oh my gosh. boom. Get some ammo.
Stoplights are pointless. Let's get rid of them.
That's the only thing upgraded. Oh, I'm buy shit. Wow. Tank man, bro. The fuck, bro. Alright.
You feel like blowing shit up?
Go on, I'm all ears.
Found the route the Morningstar uses to deliver their goods buried in the syndicate files.
You're saying we drop a few pipe bombs under them?
Fuck that! I'm saying we use a tank.
This may be the best idea you've ever had.
Is that it? We're making the side
You ready to
missions
be a
the
star?
main
Thought we
mission.
already were.
Oh, not like this. You've been personally selected for a spot on a game show here in town.
Game show? You're not trying to auction me off on some dating thing, are you?
Trust me, you'll love this shit. Meet me and I'll show you.
You better.
Alright.
Right.
You shouldn't be driving that fast.
You're supposed to yield, ass.
Professor
Hello,
Genki,
Steelport, and welcome to Professor Genki's Super Ethical Reality Climax.
Time to see how the game is played.
Fight your way through Professor Genki's Super Sparkle Lab for fun and profit.
Now, with every man, woman, and tiger shot, your prize money goes up. But look out. No one likes it when you shoot a panda.
Unethical.
Once you've collected enough money, the door to the lab opens up and you're free to go.
But if you think it's that easy, you've never seen Genki before.
Oh, and one more thing. On this show, no one gets to take a break. If you want to stay in the fight, be sure to shoot the first aid target.
You know what the rules, bro.
Welcome to Professor Genki's Super Ethical Reality Climax. Murder time is fun time, right, Bobby?
You got it, Zach. If our contestants can survive the deadly traps, armed mascots, and those freakishly huge hunters, they can win a hefty pile of cash.
This game looks deadly, because it is. But it's still probably safer than driving in Steelport.
Our competitor isn't from Steelport this time, Zach. Today, we'll be watching the leader of the Saints, the world-famous Stillwater Street Gang.
As many times as this former gangbanger has been shot at, blown up, run over, and generally put through hell, this competition probably seems pretty routine.
Routine maybe, but lucrative. You are going to make Professor Genki-sized dollars driving hose around, that's for sure.
Cha-ching.
People will be talking about this round for a while.
Wish we had instant replay on that.
Is that? It is. We have a present. A present is in the maze.
Zach, just like that. Like them
I'm
all.
getting shocked. Alright.
That's what the fans pay to see.
Turning into an exceptional match.
They keep that up, they'll go home rich.
Pocket!
And that's it! We have a winner!
Nice. Yeah.
I'm surprised the Syndicate is still standing after all the shit we've thrown at them.
I don't see a reason to stop.
I'm not saying we should.
All right. Then see you at the Broken Shillelagh.
You could have ended my misery.
You can't kill them. You won't get away.
This doesn't seem like your kind of place, Pierce.
What's the hate? Beer is cheap, and I'm the best looking motherfucker in here.
Like, you may think it's time to kick back, but I'm done toying with these bastards. I want Loren and I want him now. So where is he?
No idea. But 10K says he's hiding out in that big ass skyscraper.
Loren's a tactician. He's not gonna hole up in a building that screams, I'm a criminal mastermind. I need something concrete.
To hit up Powder.
I don't have time for a stripper.
No, Powder's a designer gun store downtown. I saw some of Loren's thugs talking to the owner. There's gotta be something there.
Alright, let's go shopping. Wanna go shopping?
Not in the mood.
Wanna go kill a bunch of goons that work for Loren?
Definitely.
Philippe owns a gun store in town named Powder. Wanna go shopping?
See you in 5.
You could have scuffed my shit.
I'd rather have that bike. I'd rather have that bike.
You've lost your bike.
Get off my fucking bike!
No, no. I don't think I will.
A lot of people with guns in there. We'll go in the back way.
You don't think the back's guarded?
There's like 2 punks.
What about the inside, motherfucker?
Put in your tampons and let's do this.
She's mad about Gat.
This wasn't one of your best ideas, hon.
You said 2 guys. Not my fault.
I know what I said.
Next one,
Inside will be safer.
They have snipers in here. Whoever's in charge here probably knows where to find Lorraine.
Then let's get to the office and find them. Show beats dancing.
Oh, this can't be good.
Minigun!
Oh shit. I thought it wasn't doing damage for a second. There we go.
It's not about what they want, okay?
You ain't lost still.
Looks like the manager went home for the day.
I'll get what I can off the computer.
Get to the mayor's office. What?
After that, I can use a massage.
Cool. Say that. And I call it what a night. Shit. I'm gonna try and get on tomorrow though. Thanks for tuning in. I'll find something to play tomorrow. Something. But anyway, peace.